It's important that we don't get frustrated with people in our team that aren't understanding what you already know or aren't as skilled as what you are. Now, we can't expect anyone to become expert or better still masterful at something without them going through the earlier stages that we ourselves have gone through. Our job is to help recognize where people are and then break things down into manageable steps and then train and support them and then give them sufficient opportunity to practice, which of course includes failing and learning. Only when we've done our bit can we start to expect people to progress. Here's where it's important to understand how we all learn. So the best way to explain how we all learn is really to look at this visual and maybe use the example of learning to drive. My own son Finley has only just recently passed his driving test, and when he was younger he was at this first stage, which is he was unconsciously incompetent. He didn't know what he didn't know about driving. And then as he kind of got past his 17th birthday and then went to do his driving lessons, he then became very consciously incompetent. He then started to realize what he could not yet do. But as the driving instruction and the lessons continued, all of a sudden he stepped up to the next stage, which was he became consciously competent. He could put his hands on the gear stick, move through the gears, press the accelerator, use the indicator, and so on. So he was very conscious about what he was doing, but he could do it. And then of course, where a lot of us are now, having driven for many years, you get to the stage where you are unconsciously competent, which is you could drive from one side of Edinburgh to the other side and then think, gosh, I didn't even know how I got here. You just went into autopilot. Of course, that's how we go. And then of course, there is another stage up from that, which is world-class mastery. And again, the Formula One drivers, using this analogy, are the ones that are at that point. However, there's also another place that you can go, which is all of a sudden you can get very complacent and your performance starts to dip. And again, we've all heard the scenarios, we've done it ourselves, where you start to forget all the things that made you good and then your performance dips. That happens. That's what complacency is about. So again, what we have to learn is when we're helping our people to grow, just because you're maybe at the top end of that ladder, others are somewhere on that journey. And again, we just need to make sure we've got the patience and we give the support to help them ultimately become as masterful as what you are.